My name is Julian and this is my Lincoln Continental Mark IV from 1972. It's the second American car I bought. The first one was a Lincoln Town car from 1975. Unfortunately the car was in really bad condition. Eventually the transmission broke down and I had to sell it in parts because it had a lot of rust. After 2 years I bought this one. Originally this car came from Arizona. That's still on the license plate. I think it's the original plate. I bought it from the first Dutch owner. He bought it in 2009. If I say it correct, the car was in September 1999 last on the road. And it had the license plate 697 CHM. And the blue one, that's the Dutch license plate because it's now in the Netherlands. I don't have any information from the car when it was in the US. I tried to search on the internet but I didn't find anything. I did find some things in the car that proves that it came from Arizona. I found this business card and also the address is Arizona. Some other things I found were these coins, like change, this matchbook. I think I'd never seen something like this. An old receipt from a gas station. I still have the original owner's manual. I found also a deck of cards. A lot of cards are missing, but it's pretty cool that was in the car. I also have an original book with all the other cars that were for sale in that time period. That's pretty awesome to have with the car. And here we have the Lincoln. I thought I'd make a video about this car because I get a lot of great reactions when I drive with it. People like it, people like to see it. So I thought maybe it's nice to make a video from this car. Also, you don't find a lot of videos of people showing how to repair things on this type of cars. For example, I need to change the wheel bearings. I know how to do that on a car like this, but yeah, you don't have a lot of videos. So maybe I will try to make some videos how to change that. I also need to repair the window motor from the passenger side door. It is very weak, and last Saturday the plastic wheel inside the window motor broke, so the window is not usable at the moment. I also have to do some cosmetic things. The car has a little bit of rust on the bottom of the doors. That's because the rubber strip on the top is really dry, so water came inside the door and the drainage was clogged, so now it has some rust bubbles on the underside of the doors, so I need to fix that. Also, the final roof is removed when the car came in the Netherlands. They painted blue like it should have been. Unfortunately, on the other side of the car, the seam from the fabric is cracked. You see it here, it's cracked, and water came inside and now it's gonna rust, so I need to fix that and then repaint part or the whole roof from the car. But I thought maybe I can also make a video about it if people are interested in it. The car is pretty straight. It has a small dent right here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a small dent in the fender. It has no other dents. Yeah, the front has, in the past, I think it had a little accident because this part is a little bit more up into the car and this part, and you see also here you have more room than on this side. So I think it was an accident, not a major. Because the car came out of Arizona, it has not much rust, but the interior is a little bit dry. I'll show you in a minute. It has some tears in the seats, also in the rear bench on the top. It has some small tears. The passenger seat is also a little bit damaged right here. Also the dashboard has some, the light has some small tears in it, like you can see right here. I put this cover on. I ordered it from rockauto.com. It's only 26 euros, so not much, and it looks much better. Also the door panels have a little bit of cracks in it. Maybe I can reupholster them or put a cover over it to make it look a little bit better. The mileage that the car drove is 89,387 miles. I think they are original. The interior has a little bit of cracks, but I think that's because it's really dry. The pedals are still in good condition also. The car has a 7.6 of a 7.5 liter V8. I'll show you now. It produces 212 horsepower, and if I say correct, the torque is 464 Newton meter. I repainted the engine because it was leaking, and I replaced all the seals, and when the engine was out of the car, I thought it's a good time to paint the engine. That's the reason why it's not originally blue. Normally it's a little bit darker, but I thought when I repaint it, it's a little bit fresher, it looks nicer. The car accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 11 seconds, and that's the same as 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 11.6 seconds. I put a new fret coat on the panels because the coat what was on there, was in bad condition, so I bought a fret and I put it over it, so it looks a little bit better. The power seats are not working at the moment because they get constantly power. And what happens with this car, because when the ignition is turned off, the power seats still get power from the battery. And what happens when the car gets older, the connecting points are corroded, and then the car can catch on fire. The previous owner disconnected those. He cut the wires. I still want to fix them, but maybe build a switch between them so I can put it off and put it on when I want. That are some things I want to fix. I can start it up. I think people want to hear it. What's also a really nice thing is when you have the keys from the car, you have one key that's for the ignition, and you have one key, that's this one, that's for the trunk and the glove box, and I have a third one that's for the fuel DOP, the fuel cap. I drove just with it, so it should start fine. I don't have to tap the accelerator. And it starts just fine. can drive a bit. You can see it from the inside. Some trouble with getting my seatbelt on. Let's put it in drive. Turn the music down a bit. It's a really cool car to drive. It's like you're floating on the road. It's also really heavy. It's 2400 kilos. .55 miles per hour in just a couple seconds. If you like these kind of videos and you want to see how to do some repairs on these types of cars, please leave that in the comments and put a thumbs up. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.